Hello and welcome to Wholehearted Living with Benny
and Valerie.
Wow! This is our Merry Christmas episode. Ho, ho, ho!
Here comes Santa Claus. Here comes Santa Claus. Right down Santa Claus Lane.
Woo! So, folks, this is going to be a special brief episode.
We have not had any Yuletide. Wait, is Yuletide a drink?
No.
Oh.
I don't know what it is. What's Yuletide? No, isn't eggnog? What's Yuletide?
What's Yuletide?
I don't know.
We have not had it.
It's one of those things we're going to Google later.
Yeah.
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 Welcome to America. Yeah. It's a seasonal thing.
I was thinking it was a drink.
A drink. Well, I've been having my old fashioned, nursing it for a while now.
That's been like a long time.
I know. So today, folks, we're going to do something different. By the way, this is normally the podcast where we talk about wholehearted living and we talk about like the siblings. Oh my gosh, what am I doing?
We talk about this.
We talk about siblings. You talk.
No, one of the siblings brings a topic and the other one doesn't know about it, and then we just chat about it. But we're not doing that today because we already know what we're going to talk about.
Yes, this is one of the first times that we actually know what we're going to talk about, which is we're going to share Christmas anecdotes. That's what we're going to do. So people get to share anecdotes. That means stories. Sorry.
Not antidotes.
Antidotes. Anecdotes.
Oh, is an anecdote just a story?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anecdotes mean stories.
Tidbits, little.
Yeah.
An excerpt.
Oh my gosh. I didn't think this was going to become an issue. Wow.
Well,
so let's talk about that.
I would have said it like this.
Go for it.
We are going to share stories that remind us of Christmas, or it's a Christmas memory, or it's what we look forward to for Christmas.
Thank you.
Okay. She speaks English.
Thank you very much, Valerie. Now I understand.
Well, what I said was the same thing, but in one word.
Okay.
So folks, we're going to share this and we're going to ask the audience, even the back row, to share a little bit about their Christmas or just a single anecdote. Go for it. This is my wife, Patty.
Okay, I'm sitting down because I'm going to be here a while.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Make sure you're talking
You
to
don't
the
get
mic.
paid by the hour.
So, if you know me, you know that I love gifts. But something that I really, truly have loved forever, is I love putting a lot of thought into the gifts that I give people.
Mm-hmm.
And that is completely opposite of my husband, who actually becomes like a total Scrooge at Christmas. He hates gifts. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm not going to talk about him. Talk about me.
There you go.
It's
Too
all
late.
about me right now.
We'll go to therapy later.
So I really do, I really enjoy buying really thoughtful things for the people that I love.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't love you, you get chocolates or something.
Oh,
You
I
don't-
love chocolate.
Well, yes, but I know
Okay,
that about
keep
you.
going.
Okay,
Let's move on.
But a tradition that I really, really liked when we lived in Ecuador is we didn't have family. So it was just the four of us and Jill. And a
Our
tradition
dog.
that I absolutely loved doing with my family is we would rent an apartment at the beach that was right on the beach, and we would drive the 5 hours or whatever it was to the beach, and we would take the gifts and we would celebrate Christmas at the beach, and we'd be there for 4 or 5
nice.
days, and that was just always a really, really special time.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
just the four of us, and
Wow.
I really
That's kind of cool, actually.
It really was fun.
it was, and I honestly miss it.
Yeah.
I really miss that.
Yeah. It was probably one of the biggest things. Now,
Because that's not a lot. Obviously, you take the gifts because you open gifts, but the what I'm getting from that was the memory that you guys made, just the four of you guys, because you didn't
Yes.
have the whole grand family to celebrate with. And
right.
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was fun
was really
to
fun.
always do that. And then sometimes we'd do it with other people. There were other people that would show up. Or I don't know if show up, but we would all be together, and then we would do like a big dinner together with 30 or 40 people at one point or another.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, it was literally, how many people?
They would go for New Year's.
Oh, that was New Year's.
see.
I lied.
Yeah, we started doing our own Christmas thing.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
the Christmas
That's very
thing.
cool.
It was fun.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it was fun. But I have to correct my wife a little bit because I really like thoughtful gifts. Like I like writing cards for particular people in my family, and I like writing a very specific card.
Yes, you do.
But the thing is that I'm not really big into gifts in that. For the most part, whatever I want, I'll just buy for myself. So unless somebody surprises me with an iPad, I don't get as excited.
Yeah.
So, because usually I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have bought this, which means I'm not sure I really
Yeah.
want it. But yeah, but it is a problem for my wife because she likes it. But I buy you things all through the year, do I not?
Yes, you do. And you buy me very thoughtful things. Like our anniversary mug for our 35th anniversary.
I thought that was very thoughtful. Okay,
It was
listener.
incredibly thoughtful. When I opened it, I cried.
Oh.
And it actually took me like 3 weeks to realize that this year was not our 35th
Oh.
anniversary.
That is
Do you guys
so
not know this story?
funny.
So I bought my wife a mug that said, "You are as hot or hotter." After 35
you're still hotter
years,
than this coffee.
you're still hotter than this
Oh,
coffee.
okay.
And then I changed the image on the thing so it
So
looks
it's
like me
us.
holding her, and
Okay.
she's like hugging, like she's got her legs wrapped around me and stuff, and I have her there, and she opened it because she thought that it was my Apple Watch. And she was going to charge it for me and prep it. And then she opened it, and she realized, oh, shoot, I wasn't supposed to open this thing because I was going to give it to her for our anniversary. And so then she ends up telling me that she did that and blah, 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 blah. And then 3 weeks later, she's like, what year? How long have we been married?
long
And
have
I
we
go,
actually been
and
married?
and I thought 34 years. And she goes, and what does the mug say? And I'm like, oops, I put 35.
That's funny.
Yeah. So I white-outed it. It's all good.
That's good.
I'm just
So
kidding.
he's not off the hook for 34.
Right.
Which
you
is
still
on
need
Sunday.
to get exactly.
On
you still
Sunday
need
we're
to get
married.
something.
Yeah. We're going to Bailey's. Ash, come on.
Okay, mine's a lot quicker than this, but than my mom's, I mean. But I really like that my mom is very thoughtful in her gifts.
Oh, you got to look at the
but,
mic.
No, I was going to say that every year since I was a baby, I get a new ornament that like talks about whatever I was up to that year. So, we just talked about, no, we didn't. Soccer. I'm playing soccer a lot. And so now I got another soccer ball for my 28 years. And then I know this is so silly, but I love that we get Pringles in our stocking every year, and that I also always get mascara.
Oh,
I never have to buy it myself.
I love that. That's
Yay.
so cute.
Get mascara.
I want you to know that I get you all those things.
Do you know that this is off Christmas, but that reminds me, Nicole, every single year I used to always have a pack of the original flavor Trident gum in my purse. And I loved Reese's peanut butter cups. And there was one other thing, which I can't even think of what it is right now. But every year for my birthday, that's what she would get me, is a pack of the Trident gum, Reese's peanut butter cups, and the other thing, which I can't remember what it is. But I just thought it was so thoughtful because those were things that I always loved
Always
to have.
had.
Yeah, yeah.
Very cool.
That was cute. So that
Peter?
reminds me of your Pringles and mascara.
Or Iggy, you got one?
Yeah. Favorite Christmas. I don't know if it's a specific Christmas memory, but something that I really thought was cool was, okay, so for my family, we do Christmas Eve, and then at midnight we have like a dinner.
Oh, yeah.
But then for that dinner, my mom has a set of like plates and stuff and silverware that only come out for Christmas and New Year.
Ah.
And they were, I might be wrong, but I think they used to be my grandparents, her parents'
Oh.
stuff. So like every year when they had Christmas and New Year at midnight, they would eat, and that would be the like how everything was set up with those plates and those silverware. And it continued on with us, and it's something we still. I don't think we do it anymore since like we all moved out of the house. But I'm pretty sure she still has it because I remember having Christmas and New Year and having those.
That's very cool.
That's very fun.
Yeah.
You're really like, you love carrying traditions or knowing the traditions and so on. Yeah. It's very fun. That's a part of what you like to do. So, all right, Peter, you're up.
I got nothing.
Like he always has something to say.
Here, let's see. All right, let's see if I can keep my composure here. So I'll just close my eyes. No, I can't.
Oh, you have to.
Oh, he's already starting to cry. I can
Well,
tell.
yeah, I mean that's what I meant.
Oh.
So Christmas used to be going to my sister's house on Christmas Eve and watching Trading Places and Christmas Story, and that was, and then I get really good presents, and that was Christmas. So, see, I can't even do it. And then I met Valerie, and I learned, I fell in love with her and the kids, and Christmas was completely different. And every year, Christmas is just watching my kids, being with my kids, and being with Valerie. And it's like, I couldn't care less if I got a present. And it's been like that for a long time. So.
Well, you suck. You made it really hard for all of us. Now, anything we say is going to suck now.
Oh, wow. That was sweet. That was awesome.
Well, my favorite thing is the presents. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, it's not.
When I was younger, it used to be.
Oh, of course. I don't know who's
I don't mean a kid. I mean when I was
younger. Yeah.
20s, it was like, yeah, get me something good.
Get me something good.
Well, it's interesting because for the people listening, I think everybody knows us that listens. Everybody that listens knows us. But my first two children aren't his natural children. And so, but it didn't matter when we got together and we started doing Christmas together. He didn't ever it was just like, well, what are we going to get him? And in my mind, I'm very budget oriented. So I'm like, well, he wanted this, Dustin, what I'm saying, he wanted this and this. So we got him that. And then Nicole wanted this. So I got her that. And I always had to have the same amount of presents for each kid. Right. So if Dustin had 4, Coley had to have 4. And then Kylie comes around. Kylie has to have 4. But the funny thing about Peter was he never said, stop there. He was like, yeah, but he actually said he wanted XYZ and you got him this. It's like, why are you getting him this instead of the XYZ? And so I'm like, I don't know, because we already spent this much money and I already got him these. And he's like, no, get him what he wanted. And so we would go back and shop for Dustin. Well, if we got Dustin something, we had to go back and get some for Nicole, And so he was just very good about the giving part of it and never, ever expected anything in return. And I was very thankful for that because I was a single mom for a short period of time when Rob and I separated and Peter and I got together, and I didn't have money, and he had no problem saying, let's do this for the kids. So it was awesome. Oh,
One more thing. Oh, and then on Christmas Eve, we conceived Kylie.
Oh, well, there you go.
Wow. Well, that's something I wanted to hear.
You're welcome, world.
Yes, because of Ashley. And that is a good story you guys might want to hear real quick, because I had 2 kids. And he got 2 kids immediately when he married me. And so we said, that's it. He goes, I didn't really technically ever want kids, but obviously you come with a package deal, and I love Nicole and Dustin, so we're a family, and that's it. I'm like, okay, good. We're fine. We're good. And then you guys went and had a baby, and Peter held Ashley and said, oh, maybe I do want one of these. So
because he didn't get to be with them when they were babies.
Yes, that's very true. So he had them like 4 and 6. They were 4 and 6, something like that. But yeah, that's beautiful, sweetie.
Do you have one? Oh no, Iggy. Did you already say yours? You already said yours.
Oh,
Yeah.
I will add something though.
Okay, go for it.
Something that I've thought is fun that I get to look forward to every Christmas is that, like I said earlier, my family does Christmas Eve and we stay up until midnight and we have that dinner. The Gonzalez family celebrates Christmas on Christmas Day. So then I that I don't have to worry about which family I'm going to
That's
celebrate.
true.
Oh, yeah.
That's very true.
Because then Christmas Eve I'll be with my family.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Christmas
That's
Day
very
will be
true.
with you guys.
That's same with us. We do Kelly's on Christmas Eve.
I get
and then
2
obviously-
Christmases every year.
Yeah.
Same with us. Our in-laws live in another state,
So yeah.
so that's helpful.
Yeah. For me, you know what? Honestly, I kind of want to piggyback off Peter as an adult, as a mom, just love seeing my kids on Christmas morning and having cinnamon rolls as a tradition with hot chocolate and, you know, just, I don't know. That's just a memory I will always cherish. And it's quiet now because there's no kids at home anymore, you
Right.
know? And so we have to do our Christmas with our kids, in quotes, on a different day or earlier on Christmas Eve, or, you know, like try to shove it in somewhere
Right.
that we can do it. But it's not the same as waking up and having them at the crack of dawn going, can we open it? Wait, I'm getting the hot chocolate, you know,
right,
and
right.
stuff like that. But as a kid, I do remember the same thing because not the same thing. I remember waking up and we had to stand in the hallway forever till they did whatever they had to do in the living room before we could run out into the living room and see our gifts.
Oh, yeah.
And they would always
Because
leave.
they prepped the room and they had
Yeah.
everything all ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And,
they would-
mom would put Jesus out. Because remember, mom would hide Jesus from the
on the
manger
nativity scene,
Yeah.
and then she would put it out that morning.
that morning.
Yeah.
So-
So that was a fun. That was fun. And then I've really grown to love making tamales every year. It's always obviously not Christmas Day, but you know, for a while it was
But
like I don't.
this is a Christmas season.
Yeah,
thing,
I
right?
don't like tamales. So I know in the beginning when grandma started this tradition, and then people started going in and doing, you know, gathering there, and then okay, grandma passes, so we got to carry the tradition. And for me, it was like, okay, well, I'll come when I can come. I'll show up and say hi because I don't like tamales, but
Right.
I've just gotten more in love with the fact of just hanging out with everybody
Right.
while we're making tamales, and I'm helping whoever make them because I don't
Yeah.
make them.
I kind of wish Peter's was the last one. 'Cause
I know.
everything's anticlimactic after that, right? There's nothing better than a crier. So for me, the thing that's interesting.
Now you have to cry.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to figure out how to cry. I'll squeak them out. You know, for years, I mentioned this last year in the podcast that Christmas season was a downer for me. It was always, I would look at my my journal, and I had many days where I was depressed, where I was down. Depressed is a strong word. It's just down, just not so good. And one thing that I can realize now that I'm not a full-time pastor is that as a full-time pastor, Advent season is a big deal in terms of church life.
Yeah.
And what you're doing in church life and people asking questions, and there's so many things. And then we lived in Ecuador where se diciembre significa como día de, I'm sorry, December 6th is like their July 4th.
Oh,
it's like
okay.
their July 4th, the city of Quito. And so I was like, and it was it was a very busy time, but even before Ecuador, it was very busy. And this is going to sound ridiculous, and maybe you listeners do not know what it's like, and maybe not all pastors feel like this, but because I'm very driven to get things done and achieve and etc., I had like these goals for what we were going to do at Christmas, and it became more about, it had nothing to do with Jesus's birth. It had nothing to do with, you know, the fact that a
joy
new
of the
life,
season.
yeah,
It
the
was
joy
just
of the
a-
season. It had to do with, okay, how can we reach? I honestly, I'm going to say my heart was good. I really wanted to reach more people. How can we take advantage? Aprovechar. This was take advantage, right? How do we? It's so funny because I'm thinking in Spanish because the last time I was a pastor was in Ecuador. But how do we take advantage of this in order to get more people to really, hopefully, come into a relationship with God and change their lives, and talk about the way Peter's talking about his life being changed, and so it's very sad to say, but that focus took my focus off my family, took my focus off of the season, took my focus off. It was really goal oriented and so on. And so these last 8 years have been very, very different. And it took me a while because I was a pastor for 20 plus years. and I'm at a point where it's like I'm present. I'm more present in what's going on. We have you have the same tradition, I think, but we have a yearly tradition of going to a place here called Candy Cane Lane, where it's just a bunch of lights. The whole neighborhood does things. It's just really fun. And we walk the neighborhood. It's the same exact thing. There's absolutely no reason to do it again.
Right.
Because honestly, we could just look at the video of last year. but it's just fun to be around all the people. I enjoy being around the family. I enjoy seeing the kids open stuff. Yes, it's true. Like Patty said, I'm not a big gift person. Like Patty, honestly, you give her, spaghetti sauce and she's like, oh my God, I'm so good. She gets so excited. She doesn't care. She'll make it a big deal. And I, on the other hand, it's like, it takes a lot. For me, when I need the gifts that I need for me to move, like Ashley one time got me, this mug, this little thing where this was for Father's Day, but it says Happy Father's Day. But she wrote my name, and I was like, sweetheart, one of the favorite things that you could call me is Dad. And she goes, yeah, but I wanted you to know that I was thinking of you, so I had to put your name on it. And so she put my name on it. But then also, I think it was you. Yeah, she didn't want a generic one. And then when people give me photos or when they give me something that's genuine to me, I don't care if it's 5 cents. It's that stuff moves me. I'm not moved by other stuff, because honestly, whatever I really want, if I really want it, I'm gonna buy it.
Well, that's when Patty was talking about how she likes getting gifts and she likes giving gifts. She's very thoughtful, but she is very thoughtful with her gifts. I know that. But I'm a lot like you. I don't care to get gifts. I don't care. When the kids are like, what do you want, Mom? Is there? And I'm like, I want nothing. I really don't. I don't want anything. I don't need anything. I would rather just watch people open gifts.
Yes.
That's why I'm not a big fan of the whole, what is it called? The white elephant thing. Cause it's like, I just don't want to buy a gift, a random gift. If I'm going to buy a gift, I want it to be for the person I'm thinking of to buy the gift for, not just a random thing.
I have to say, I like the white elephant gift for the sake of stealing.
I mean, it's a fun thing, but fun. The
gift part is irrelevant.
Really,
It's the game part of it that I like.
You, Peter decided, he got in touch with the kids 2 years ago, I think, and said, can you take a picture of you guys?
Yeah.
And then he had it put on a canvas. And then because we always, for the last 5-10 years, we've said, let's not exchange gifts. Cause we get what we want. We don't care. But he did that. And I was just like, oh my gosh. That made me just like cry.
Those kind of things. Yeah. I mean, I have a silly little thing right there which says, I don't know what it says. I can't see it. Best something or other. Does it say I'm the best dad? I don't know.
No.
What is that thing? No. The thing with the pictures on it. Best dad ever. See, I'm guessing one of my kids gave me that. But anyway, I love those things because that to me is like, oh, it's thoughtful. I don't care how much it costs, but it's like that's the kind of stuff that impacts me more. Because if you're gonna say, what do I really want? I don't know what I want.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Kylie got me, and this wasn't for Christmas. This was for Mother's Day actually. And it was very similar to that wooden little thing with the pictures on that you're pointing at. It's a piece of wood, and then it has a couple pictures of us, and it's the saying on it said, if I didn't have you as my mother, I would choose you as a friend. And that was just like,
oh my gosh,
right?
That kicks my butt.
The best gift ever, And so those things are just, I think she even made it. Like she went to Michael's and bought the piece of wood.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Well, to know that she'd be willing to lie like that for you. No, that's very cool. Yeah. No, that's really cool. But the thing is that Christmas season is meant to be a time, for those of you that are Christians out there, then I would say I hate the fact that the season gets in the way of what Christianity is all about. And to me, this is just a season regardless of whether you're a Christian. It's certainly a time where you can embrace family, or you can embrace each other, where you can embrace generosity, trying to give to other people. And honestly, you get more out of giving than you do from getting.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. So I really encourage you to give. I remember one thing when we were growing up. Do you remember the one time that we got gifts from a random person? Do you remember
they put
this?
them on the porch
Yes.
or something. Yeah, I do.
Somebody
remember
put
that.
random gifts and they said, they choose somebody every year and they just give them gifts.
Yeah.
And they did that like for the 12 days of Christmas.
It was 12
if I remember
days. Every
correctly.
day there was something. Yeah. For the 12
And they would
days.
do it like at midnight and they would just keep going.
Uh-huh.
And I thought, oh my gosh, that is a really, really cool thing.
And I think the reason they found us as a family was they did it, like you said, they did it every year. They chose a family to do that for. But they knew when they were trying to think of the family that they wanted to do, they were in a parking lot. And as they were walking through the parking lot, they found something on the ground that somebody in our family dropped. And it was like a receipt with our name on it or something. And then they were like, oh, there's my sign. And so they picked us up as that family. Still don't know who it was.
We have no idea.
Never
who that
found
was.
out.
Never know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was really cool
Yeah.
that they did that. But
Yeah.
it's always a great way to be generous. So, folks, I hope that you have a merry, 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 merry Christmas. Oh, I was supposed to tell the story of Patty. Do you remember I was supposed to tell the story of Patty? My story of Patty is that, and I don't even remember if this was Christmas, but we were talking about families. And we're talking about how families react differently. And you know how Dad is, right? Do you remember the first time that Patty ever came to a family gathering? And Dad was talking about something. Dad was talking about something. And she goes, oh, Ray. And she slapped him and told him to like be quiet. And she said something like that. And we all looked at and we all went, oh my gosh, is she going to live? We didn't know what was going to happen. Do you remember this?
I don't.
Oh my gosh.
I don't remember that.
It was so, what did you do?
That
She hit
is
it with a pillow and
so
she went like this. She goes, oh,
funny.
Ray. And she smacked him and everybody got silent. It was stone cold silent because
Oh
she
my
didn't
God,
know the
that's so
rules.
funny.
and literally we all went, oh.
That is so funny.
Yeah,
Well, Patty can do that though.
Yeah, Patty can't do that still to this day. But anyway. All right, folks.
Well, I hope you go, if you are listening to this on Christmas Day, having a wonderful day and just enjoying the season.
Yeah,
'Cause
if
it
not,
really-
enjoy the season.
Yeah.
I hope you guys really enjoy the season. So, Merry Christmas.
And have a happy new year.
There you go.
Bye.
See you next year. Ciao.
Bye.